Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. I'm your host Deeper Jungle, and today I'm going to be doing a video, and in today's video I'm of course going to be doing a commentary talking about the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer reveal trailer. So guys, if you actually did not know, yesterday Sledgehammer Games actually released the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer reveal trailer. So in today's video I'm actually going to be going over a couple things that I really found interesting about that trailer. Also guys, if you're enjoying today's video, don't forget to leave a like on it down below. Let's see if we can get 10 likes on today's video. That'll be absolutely amazing. And yeah, let's actually get right into the trailer. Also, if you have not seen it already, it will be linked down in the description. So yeah, when you actually start the trailer, not that much actually happens in the first like 30 seconds. It's kind of like a build-up type thing. And if you actually fast forward to about 42 seconds into the trailer, you will notice that they actually have the division marks on some of these soldiers' helmets as well as their jackets. Because if you did not know, Call of Duty World War II is going to be having divisions. So it's pretty neat that they're actually going to be differentiated because they're going to have the logo of their divisions on the soldiers' helmets as well as jackets. So that's pretty neat. It looks like the people that are actually at 42 seconds in the trailer, it looks like they're a part of the infantry division, which actually makes sense because one character is actually holding an M1 Garand and actually shoots a couple of German soldiers. And if you actually move forward to about 10 seconds more into that trailer, at about 52 seconds in, you will notice that there's actually a bayonet charge by one of the players. My own opinion, I think it looks pretty similar to the bayonet charge in Battlefield 1. However, nonetheless, it looks pretty neat. And then if you actually move on to another 3 seconds into the trailer, you will notice that exact same character actually pulls out a flamethrower, which is pretty crazy. And in my own opinion, I think this means specialist, because you can see that the person doesn't pick it up off the ground. He just all of a sudden goes and bayonets that one soldier, and then he just pulls out a flamethrower. And then if you move on to about another 3 seconds into the trailer, you will notice that there's actually a new scene going on with a couple of soldiers fighting in a winter scene that actually looks a little bit like the Battle of the Bulge. And you will notice that there's one American soldier and he is using a grease gun, and he actually shoots another German soldier. And then you will notice he runs around a little bit and he puts on a suppressor right in the middle of the match. So that's actually something pretty interesting. And the thing that's actually pretty interesting about this is actually kind of similar to something that goes on in CSGO. And that's in CSGO, you can actually use like a normal gun, then you can put a suppressor on it, and then you can take it off, and you don't have to actually go into your creative class. So that's pretty interesting, and I really like to see more of this like gameplay in the beta and things like that. So that's actually pretty interesting. And then a little bit later in the trailer, you will notice that there's actually some paratroopers that come down, which actually looks pretty interesting. And if I were to give an assumption, it's probably if you can actually pick your division that you're going to be in. I'm thinking that the specific divisions load into a map differently. Like for example, the paratroopers will paratroop in at the beginning of a match, while as opposed to like the infantry, they will come in like a jeep or something like that. That would be pretty interesting, and it would be something kind of interesting to see at the beginning of a match. And then if you move on a little bit later to a minute and 51 seconds in, you will see a person is actually in a Stuka dive bomber shooting at what looks like to be some sort of like battleship with no land around them. So it looks like they might be in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean or in the English Channel. So that's pretty interesting, and I wonder if you're actually going to be able to fly airplanes as maybe like a score streak or something like that. That would be pretty interesting. And you actually might have noticed if you watched the trailer, there are quite a few instances where planes actually fly into buildings and things like that. So those could actually be like a dynamic map feature, kind of like in Call of Duty Ghosts, like for example with logs falling down and things like that. Or those could actually be player controlled vehicles that actually crash into the map because the people don't know how to actually fly those planes. Who knows? However, we're going to be getting a lot more information coming up soon, and then of course when the beta comes out, we're going to be able to actually play this. And then a little bit later, you'll notice that person actually stabs another player with a shovel, which is very similar to Battlefield 1, but it looks really neat, and it's pretty gory actually. It breaks the person's helmet as well as it goes right into the back of their head, which is pretty gory, but it was kind of a neat moment of course. And then there's actually another moment where there's a person in a bomber and a bomb actually drops on the map. So who knows, that actually might be a score streak where it can actually be like a bombardier, which I think would actually look really neat. And then something that's actually very interesting, and that is if you move on to 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the trailer, you will notice that there's actually a tank going around the map. And if you actually want to know how this works, I remember seeing this tweet from Charlie Intel, and it's actually going to be a part of this new war game mode, which if you remember was in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty World at War. So I'd really like to see more gameplay of this tank and things like that, because honestly it looks really neat. And then if you actually see this person being shot at, you can see that I kind of dolphin dive. So who knows, maybe Call of Duty World War II is actually going to have dolphin diving, which would be pretty neat because it was kind of a bit of fun to actually do in Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. So who knows, there might actually be some dolphin diving in Call of Duty World War II. And then at the end, you'll actually see this soldier and he's holding two M1911s akimbo style, which actually looks really neat. And then afterwards, it goes to the Call of Duty World War II logo, and then of course that's when the trailer ends. And I just want to go over a couple of different things that actually was not announced in the trailer. And the first thing, of course, and that's going to be the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer beta. I have this picture I want to show you, and as you can see, it's for the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer beta. You have to actually pre-order to get access to the beta. However, it's probably going to become open access to anyone just later down the line. So as you can see, weekend 1 starts at August 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 5 p.m. GMT time on the PS4, and then it ends on August 28th, and then it goes to weekend 2, starts on September 1st, and then it ends on September 4th. The first weekend says PlayStation exclusivity. The weekend 1 is just going to be on the PlayStation 4. Weekend 2 is probably going to be on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and if you actually did not know, there's not going to be a beta on PC. If I were to give an assumption, that's probably because there's a lot of data miners and they don't want a lot of things to be leaked for Call of Duty World War II. So yeah, we got a bit of information about the beta, as well as I just want to say one thing before I go, and that is there's actually a tweet by Michael Condrey saying that everything in that trailer was actual multiplayer gameplay. He reassured this even more by saying everything was gameplay, period, and then put everything again. So everything in that trailer was multiplayer gameplay, and I would really like to see more Call of Duty World War II gameplay. However, the people at E3 are actually going to be able to play multiplayer, so later today and tomorrow we're going to be getting a lot more multiplayer gameplay, and I cannot wait till August 25th when we actually get our hands on the beta, and then November 3rd when the game fully comes out. So yeah, that's really been it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to leave a like, as well as subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to click the bell to get a notification every single time I upload a new video. So that has really been it for this video. I hope to see you in the next one.